New Year, New Beginnings with MJ Kasliner, Yoga Feng Shui Lifestyle Master. Our life in the human body is bound by energy cycles and seasons, governed by the evolution of humanity, the cosmos, and how we individually experience these cycles. As we enter into the month of January, we walk in the presence of the divine. It is a time for turning inward to find joy as opposed to looking for outside stimulation. Focusing of the mind on inner work and your work in the world. This is accentuated by the position of the energy this time of the year. It represents a time for wisdom and inner knowledge, the stillness of the mountain that invites meditation for stillness of the mind. If we think of the mountains upon the earth, they act as acupuncture points, vortices of energy within the earth. And in our body, we refer to the spine as Mount Meru, which represents the vortices in the human body. When you begin to partake of the sacred, then in your daily life, you begin to see the entire creation as an expression of divine impulse to generate all things and to create. When you begin to align with the cosmic mind, you align with the creative forces in the universe. Literally, your soul makes love with the cosmos, and you expand and express that love in the world. This is the way to strengthen the connection to self. It literally is a spiritual magnetism or an unraveling of the soul to allow divine light to enter the mind. There is positive vibration, which means positive thoughts in self. And then you begin to express thyself towards others in that higher realm. In this mindset, it means you have control over your impulses of excess. And when you begin to manage that, think about how much time you have to focus then on your spiritual journey. When you strengthen that connection to self, you will begin to experience good health, inner strength, peace of mind, and a long life. This is a meditation to begin the new year. I invite you to find a comfortable seated position using any props that will begin to elevate the hips above the knees. Take a moment here to gather everything that you might need so that you can begin to tune out the outer world and begin to open up your inner world. Begin to enter a state of calm, serenity. Soften your eyelids down over your physical eyes. Draw the breath in through the nose and exhale it out through your mouth. Bring your awareness to the crown of your head. Begin to relax your scalp as you draw the breath in and ease the breath back out. Bring your awareness now to your forehead and simply relax the energy between the brows. Invite the energy to soften across your temples and ease into the jaw. As you take a breath in here and ease the breath back out, perhaps creating a little space between your upper and your lower teeth, relaxing your tongue to the floor of your mouth. Gently swallow here and begin to find some length through the sides of your neck as you lift the energy through the base of your skull. A gentle downward pull of the chin slightly towards the chest bone as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, soften the shoulders with each exhalation. You'll notice the weight of gravity simply floating the shoulders down towards the soil of the earth. With that downward flow of energy, begin to focus now on your biceps and triceps of your upper arms and simply soften and release them with grace as you draw the breath in and release the breath back out. There's a gentle flow of the energy that begins to soften your elbows, your forearms, and into your wrists. There's a spreading of the energy through the palms of your hands and through your fingers as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, notice there is an opening and a releasing at the same time through the chest wall. The energy floats from the front of your chest, wrapping around the rib cage, to the back of your chest, thoracic spine, as the shoulder blades soften downward and just simply rest on the tops of your kidneys as you draw the breath in and you release it back out. The muscles of the back body begin to soften, releasing into the kidneys, and then into your lower back, the lumbar spine. As you draw the breath in, and you release it back out. Bring your awareness now to your hips. Invite them to soften and melt to the soil of the earth, perhaps noticing the sacrum, the tailbone, moving downwards, down into the earth. Feeling that sense of being grounded and centered like the base of the mountains. As you draw the breath in and release it back out. Notice a softening of the energy down your thighs as they release and soften towards the earth. The knees relax as you draw the breath in and exhale it back out. It's a subtle release through the shin bones, your calf muscles, and a dissolving of energy through your ankles, and a spreading of the prana into your feet, the tops of your feet, the soles of your feet, and the cascade of bones throughout your entire feet and into the toes. As you draw the breath in and release the breath back out. The deeper now you move in to a sense of calm, you move beyond the thinking mind, the neocortex, to the midbrain, to the pineal gland, where the energy opens up into the cosmos, the connection to the divine mind. As you breathe in, and as you breathe out, notice where the energy goes with each breath that you take. Where do you feel it? Where do you sense it the most? For some of you, it may be your nostrils. Perhaps others in your chest. And yet others perhaps in your belly. Wherever you are generating that prana through the breath that draws your focus, take it there with each breath in and each breath out. Call to mind now a mantra, a word. For example, it could be love, it could be faith, it could be courage, it could be strength, it could be confidence. Take a moment and gather that mantra, that word, with each breath in and each breath out. Now in front of that word, say to yourself, I am, whatever that word is. So, for example, I am love. Or perhaps, I am courage. And now, with each breath you take, in your mind, repeat that phrase. Take some time here as you breathe in and as you breathe out. Keep this mantra with you. Each breath that you take in throughout your day, and each breath that you release back out. Hear the mantra in your mind. Send it out to the divine mind. Let it come back to you. Begin to deepen and widen your breath here. Notice the weight of your body sitting upon the earth. And as you feel ready, gently opening your eyes. Take this sensation, this clarity, this calmness, your mantra with you into each day throughout your journey. Namaste.